Alright, so let's do a little bit of topical vlogging. I can't remember the person's name at the moment. My brain is just farting away today. It's because I haven't really done anything for the last 2 weeks except sit around on the sofa and watch TV. So somebody, one of my, I think his name is Jeff Tillman, or Tileman, Tilligman. Anyway, hi Jeff. He asked me if I have been motovlogging for as long as Sean Smoke. And, you know, if a person is just finding me now, they may not know anything about me and how long I've been doing this. So I figured I'd talk a little bit about who I am and how long I've been doing this. Maybe a little bit about why. So the first thing is I started this in 2006. Well, I got my first YouTube channel in 2006. This channel, 2006. November, I believe it was. About a week after the SmyrnaCowboy got his, I think. I think we're very close together in that. And I didn't know how to make videos. At the time, the technology was so limited. I thought, how do you put a video on the internet when you have a tape? Because that's how it was back then. Everything was tape. How do you convert it? Expensive, this and that. So I had a bunch of pictures, and in 2007 I made a video featuring just pictures and music. I think it's called Motorcycle Mania or Motorcycle Madness. I made 2 of those videos, and I tried every transition that they had in there, every little animation, the fade, the wipe, the up, the down, the stars. And I didn't make another video for a while after that because I didn't know that I could. In the summer of that year, 2007, I discovered that the little digital camera, a little Canon digital camera that my wife bought, would also make videos. I thought it just took pictures. And then I was looking at it one day and I saw a little video icon on there, and I flipped it and said, oh my god, I can record video with this? Holy shit. So I immediately made my very first motovlog, and at the time I kind of saw myself like a PBS kind of guy. It was a like an interest video segment or a series. I called it Easy Excursions, and I called it Zuzu's Roadshow Productions, I think it was, or Road King Productions anyway. And I stood in front of my bike and I said, hi, welcome to Easy Excursions. The purpose of this channel is to show you great places to ride in North Carolina. And then I proceeded to ride to a place called D&Q Choppers in Angier, North Carolina. And along the way, I couldn't talk because at the time the technology wasn't available to me to talk as I rode. So I had music. And then when I got to D&Q Choppers, I positioned the camera outside the place with me, and I talked a little bit about it, because that's where I got my first motorcycle, my 2003 Softail Standard, that I traded for the Road King I ended up having for years. And then I went over to this place called Sunny Skies Ice Cream in Angier, and they have this novelty where you can eat this ice cream full of chilies. They make you sign a waiver in case you die, and they've got different levels. If you can manage one, then they give you the other, which is even hotter. That was kind of cool. More music ensued, but then the video got dinged for copyright, and they silenced the entire thing, because that's what YouTube used to do back then. If it was dinged for copyright, they would silence it. Well, I thought, well, this is stupid, so I took it down. I put it up on live video. That was an old site. The Chuck, TheSuburbanRyder, and the SmyrnaCowboy, remember that channel, as Twin Cult also would remember. So they didn't have the copyright thing. So I had it on there for a while, and then that channel went defunct. I had also put a copy of it on my MySpace page. That was a thing. And as far as I know, it's still on my MySpace page, but I don't know how to download it. So that video, if you can find my video anywhere online, it's called Road King Ride to Anger, circa 2007. And that is a rare piece of digital footage right there. My very first motovlog. So I would ride with that Canon camera, and I had the little wrist strap, and I would point the camera at myself with audio, you know, it had music on it. I tried to find music that wasn't copyrighted, and then I would take the camera and flip it over my wrist every time I needed to hit the brake, and that worked out pretty good. And then I had the idea of recording the audio separately, and then so putting the audio track of me talking over the video of me riding. I did that a few times, and that took me through I believe 2008 into 2009. And then in 2009 I worried about this guy on my right. I bet you this guy wants to cut me off. Anyway, in 2009 I discovered this camera. Now, see, everybody was using a certain kind of camera they would stick inside their full-face helmet. That's what Motovlogging 13 was doing. The SmyrnaCowboy did it. He had a special helmet made. A friend of his made him a helmet with a little hole in the front where he would put the camera right, you know, over and under his chin. And the camera he used was a Kodak V570. And 88 Hawaii also used that camera setup. I don't know what Motovlogging 13 was rocking back then. Maybe the same thing. But I didn't have the money to buy that camera. So I just kept doing what I was doing. I tried to put that Canon camera inside my helmet. Didn't work. I bought a GoPro. I think it was a GoPro Hero. I think the original GoPro Hero, actually. I gave that to Orvis 128. I don't even know if it still works. Sorry, Orvis. It had batteries you had to install, and it didn't last very long. And the sound on that thing was terrible. I couldn't put it in my helmet. I could just put it on top, but the sound was so bad you couldn't use it to motovlog. And then finally in 2009, early 2009, this camera came out called Vado, V-A-D-O. And that thing was great. It was little. It was like the size of a credit card almost. And you could stick it in the helmet. I bought a Fulmer D4 helmet, and I put that camera down inside there. I took out the little vent housing and I stuck the camera down there. It was perfect, right up against my nose. I could actually see as I was videoing to make sure it was working right. It allowed me to talk and ride at the same time and video. It was great. I absolutely loved that thing. It was pink. I got it for $32 on Amazon. I loved it. But after about a year, it died, and I bought a black one, the Vado 2, I think it was. And then that thing ended up dying. And I got a Kodak, that didn't work very well. And I got a Samsung, which I still have, but it's not really made for motovlogging, and it was always making blurry video because it didn't know where to focus. But I was managing, you know, this has taken me all through 10, 11, 12, 13, and into 14. And in 2014, I think it was, I noticed, I was doing a little Google search or YouTube search for Harley motovloggers, just to see who was out there. And there was an explosion since 2012 of all these Harley motovloggers. And one of them was XXX Deadhead. And I noticed in the video of his, he was motovlogging with a half helmet, and he had a GoPro on there. So I contacted him and I said, hey, what's your setup? Tell me how to do what you do, because I've been trying for years to get a half helmet system because I hated the full-faced helmet. And so he told me, and I had a GoPro Hero 3, I think it was a silver, and you put a Sena backpack on it, and then you have a Sena 20S on your helmet, so they communicate and sync up and all that. And man, I was motovlogging in style for years. 2015, 16, into 17. And then the way the Cena 20S snaps onto the helmet mount, that plastic piece broke. And so now I can't use the 20S anymore, and I don't want to spend the money right now to get another Cena something to talk to the backpack. So I'm using my 10C to make these videos. Now Sean Smoke, getting back to Sean Smoke, he got his channel, I think it was 2009 he started making videos, but he wasn't making motovlogs, he was just making videos, kind of like I was in the beginning. Not even motorcycle related. I don't think he started motovlogging until like 2012. 11 or 12. Triple X Deadhead, I think he started in 12. Maybe a little bit later. Blockhead, he started I think 2016, 15 or 16. A lot of these big motorcycle, motovloggers, especially the Harley ones, they're relatively recent. Not to disparage them at all, they're awesome. I mean, Blockhead is amazing. And they put a lot of effort into their videos. They do a lot of editing, they have graphics and stuff. I mean, Blockhead sells things. Now, the original motovloggers, we didn't make any money off of it. You couldn't back then. And then when it first occurred that you could start making money off your videos, I think Navy Thomas 8 was the first one I noticed that was making money off of them with advertisements. It was kind of poo-pooed by the traditionalists saying, oh, make us watch commercials. And I started a monetization thing, but I didn't really do it until a few years ago. I think I first started to do it with my 2014 Ultra. I made a video and it got real popular real quick. Oh, and my Road King. I made a video in 2007 called My Road King. And that's got like 60,000 views or something. So I made some money off of that. I think I've made, since I started monetizing, probably about $700, which, hey, that's awesome. $700 just to do this, my hobby. I've spent way more to make these videos than I have ever gotten back. But that's not the point. That's just kind of icing on the cake, Do something you love and you get paid a little bit of money for it? Shit, yeah. When I hear now that they've changed the rules or something so you can't really make as much money as you used to, I don't care. I'm not doing this to make money. And here I am at what I believe to be a closed Harley Davidson. I don't know. Is it open? Is it closed? They got lights on in there. All right, this is my Kaylee 7. I'm going to go see if this place is open. I'll talk to you later. I see cars. No, it's closed. It's closed.